Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Robin Coleman, and I'm pleased to be here as chair to represent the Department of Communication Studies. On behalf of our faculty, staff, and a whole host of banks and lending institutions, I welcome you to our graduation ceremony. Before we get started, I'd like to take care of an important piece of business. Please silence your mobile devices. Please do not enter the aisles or stand along the walls. This is a violation of state safety codes. At this time, I must acknowledge several people. To the parents, guardians, friends, and families of our graduates, you have done so much to make this day possible. We thank you for enduring the, how could they schedule a required class at 8 a.m. on a Friday morning, text messages. We thank you for wiping away that other school beat us in the final play of the game, tears. We thank you for entrusting their continued development to us. To Cheryl Erdman. To Cheryl, our undergraduate coordinator, thank you for providing our students with constant support, last-minute overrides, and copious amounts of chocolate. To Jenny Howard in the development office, thank you for encouraging our alumni to give so generously. All of those paid internships and awards have made our students even more well-trained. Thank you. Graduates, we're going to do something a little special. Please do stand in place now if you're able. Yeah. Now, here's what we're going to do. You're going to shower your guests, Cheryl and Jenny, with some hearty Go Blue love on 3. We want to make sure they can hear it in the mezzanine. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Go Blue! Could you hear them? No. One more time. Shake the rafters. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Hello, class of 2016. Can you believe this moment has arrived? In your time on campus, you have learned a great deal about communication, media, and technology. By critically analyzing the media, its content and effects, you give rise to new questions and new understandings. You have developed essential skills in discernment and problem solving that will serve you well in whatever is your vocation. Futurists like communication theorist Marshall McLuhan predicted that questions about interactive media effects and technology's social impacts would dominate. Today, you are equipped to ask and complicate these questions. You, the digital generation, understand intuitively the power of the media, its immediacy, and its reach. From this day forward, your intuition will be challenged as you find yourself making and remaking sense of media's forms and practices. And don't forget that you acquired this knowledge at a bricks and mortar institution that prizes face-to-face learning. University of Michigan rejects so-called commodity education. You have interacted with diverse populations. You have read and discussed scholarship you would not otherwise read and talk about. You studied and debated past problems and solutions. Through close engagement, you've exposed new quandaries. We are confident that you will put that knowledge to good purpose. Here, I'd like to take this opportunity to speak directly to the value of a liberal arts degree such as communication studies. Pay close attention to our university's mission. The mission of the University of Michigan is to serve the people of Michigan and the world through preeminence in creating, communicating, preserving, and applying knowledge, art, and academic values, and in developing leaders and citizens who will challenge the present and enrich the future. It's a lot, I know. I'm going to focus you a little bit on this clause. Developing leaders who will challenge the present and enrich the future. This is particularly meaningful. As leaders, you know a democratic society is predicated on interrogating multiple sides of an argument. Those of you who seek to enrich the future care about and understand others' worldviews. Those of you who challenge the present are fully informed as you work to figure out the best approach to dilemmas. It is the liberal arts that teaches us multiple approaches or methodologies to address pressing issues. As Phil Deloria, past dean of undergraduate education here at the University of Michigan, once asserted, paying unnaturally close attention to everything is not just a methodological admonition. It is a way of life. Indeed, a liberal arts education demands that we pay close attention to our internal development as well. We must write clearly, forcefully, and skillfully. It is expected that we cultivate the verbal acuity to match. This is the habit of the mind. These are the habits of a University of Michigan communication studies graduate. Now, for those of you who know me, you should expect that I'm going to leave you with just a little bit of wisdom from that great sage, my hero, Denzel Washington. In all seriousness, I think his words have some resonance. He says, "Nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks." So, class of 2016, go find your calling, go take risks, and go blue with me. Go blue. Class of 2016, go blue. Go blue. Sorry. At this time, I would like to invite the MAX officers. The Michigan Association of Communication Studies, or MAX, is a student organization that organizes enriching academic and professional events on behalf of our students. I would like all of the senior MAX officers to stand and be recognized. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chris Harrison, the Associate Chair for Undergrad Studies. Graduates, my job lets me see your senior survey. This year, I learned how important your relationships are with your instructors in shaping what you feel is the quality of your education. We tell our students every time a door opens, it's power assisted. You may never know who greenlights your next opportunity, but trust that with every success, somebody was working for you behind the scenes. But you need to know this goes both ways. Those course evals you fill out, Does anyone read them? I do. We do. And your thoughtful feedback lets us give awards to our grad student instructors. The McDonald Outstanding Graduate Instructor Scholarship was given in honor of Glenn McDonald, career journalist. The department receives distributions from the endowment. Originally established in 1960, the intent of the scholarship was changed in 2004 to provide an award to graduate students for teaching excellence. This year, we present 2 McDonald Awards. So of the first recipient, one of you anonymously said, "I love, love, love that Jessica was personable and treated us as equal adults. She did everything in her power to work as an intermediate between the professor and the students when we were really struggling and freaking out about assignments. She was always willing to take time to talk with us, ask how we were, and keep us sane. One of the best GSIs I've ever had." Of the second recipient, another one of you wrote, "Caitlin was an amazing instructor throughout the course and one of the best GSIs I've had at the university. She recognized student concerns and made section a comfortable environment in which the class could voice questions and opinions on both course content and structure. I would not have been successful in this class had I not had Caitlin as a GSI. She was worth being in an early morning section." That's some high praise. Thank you so much, graduates, for supporting the careers of our GSIs. The 2016 McDonald Outstanding Grad Student Instructor Awards go to Jessica Mormon and Caitlin Lawson. Congratulations.
Hi everyone, I am Caitlin, and I am so pleased to be here with you on this awesome and exciting day. First of all, I of course want to congratulate our graduates. As your GSIs, we know firsthand the stress, the dedication, and the hard work that you have put in over the last 4 years. And I just want to say on behalf of all of the GSIs that we are so, so proud of you. And secondly, I want to extend that congratulations to your parents and guardians who have helped you on this journey. These students would not be the smart, accomplished, funny, and sometimes annoying students that we have had the pleasure of working with if it weren't for your love and support. So thank you for letting us be their teachers, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for them.
Hello, everyone. I want to just echo Caitlin's sentiments. This graduating class is actually, I have a lot of feelings and emotion about it because in this graduating class are some of the first students I actually taught at the University of Michigan. And because of the way that my teaching schedule, my teaching assignments fell out, I was able to track these students over their development. So I've got some three-peats that are graduating today, students I've taught three times. I've got some repeats, people I've taught 2 times. And so I'm just really proud of all of you and just so grateful to have the opportunity to share in this moment with you. I also want to just acknowledge the fact that Caitlin and I are not the only graduate instructors in the Department of Communication Studies. There's a team of graduate students that are working diligently with the faculty on the behalf of your students to make sure that their education is top-notch. So I'd like to ask the other graduate students that are in attendance to just briefly stand so that we can all join in a round of applause to congratulate their efforts here at the University of Michigan. Those are your classroom warriors right there. So thank you very much for this honor. I appreciate it.
Hi everyone, my name is Scott Campbell. I'm an associate professor in the department and also the director of the honors program. And it is my pleasure to introduce our honor students who are going to be recognized today. The honors program in communication studies offers a special opportunity for students with strong academic records, our best academic records actually, and a desire to pursue individual scholarly research. Students admitted into the honors program design and conduct an individual research project and write an honors thesis during their senior year. Students accepted for the honors program take a year-long seminar during the senior year while conducting research and writing a thesis. We would like to recognize each honors student and ask them to come onto the stage and receive their certificate. Give these to you. The first is Amy Sarah Diamond, who is graduating with high honors. Her thesis advisor that she worked with is Muniba Salim, and the title of her thesis is Explaining Users' Attitudes Toward Online Targeted Advertising, the Roles of User and Advertisement Characteristics. Our next honors recipient is Madeline Rose Kimball, who is graduating with highest honors. Her thesis advisor was Faith Spar. And the title of her thesis is Online Gendered Harassment and Violence, Naming the Harm and Punishing the Behavior. All right, let's give them one more round of applause for their students and for their families who have supported them.
I now present the Mark Foote Distinguished Thesis Award. This award was established in 2003 by the family of Mark Foote. A devoted University of Michigan alumnus and longtime leader in journalism, Mark Foote served for over 40 years as a national and international news correspondent for Booth Newspaper Syndicate in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Washington, D.C. The Foote Award is given to a communication studies undergraduate student with the most outstanding senior thesis in terms of scientific rigor and theoretical contribution. This year's Mark Foote Distinguished Thesis Award goes to Madeline Rose Kimball. Please come up and accept your award. Now, as a part of our ceremony, we have two students who will speak on behalf of the class of 2016. Our speakers today are Hannah Schiff, the president of Max, and Jordan Gavins, the executive vice president of Max. Come on out.
Good afternoon and welcome to the University of Michigan's Communication Commencement Ceremony. As the president of the Michigan Association of Communication Studies, I'm honored to be standing before you representing the graduating Communication Studies class of 2016. Like most of you in this room, I feel a strong connection to the University of Michigan. My connection began long before I was even a thought in my parents' minds. Both my paternal grandparents attended U of M, and I'm lucky enough to have my grandpa sitting here today, still one of the biggest Michigan fans I know. When I was born, my family customized the Michigan fight song for me. My middle name is Gail, so instead of singing Hail, Hail to Michigan, my song became Hail, Hail to Hannah Gale. All things Michigan were constantly present throughout my childhood, but attending U of M was not always a given. I knew that I wanted to leave Los Angeles for college, but I didn't know where. However, after visiting U of M my senior year of high school, in the snow no less, I came to realize that Michigan was my perfect school. Walking onto campus for the first time freshman year was an exhilarating but terrifying experience. I no longer had my connections from back home and was forced to start fresh and build my new college network. After taking Comm 101, I decided that I wanted to major in communications. One day in class, there was an announcement about MAX, the Michigan Association of Communication Studies. The eager freshman that I was jumped at the chance to get involved in the group. Becoming a member of Max as a freshman provided me with a concrete way to dig deeper into communication studies. My experience on the exec board the past 3 years has been invaluable. I have developed strong relationships with fellow students, alumni, faculty, and recruiters through the events the exec board and I have attended and planned. Max was an integral part of my college experience, and I'm grateful that it provided students with a way to bridge the gap between communication studies classes and real-world career ventures. All of us sitting in this room share endless amounts of connections with one another. First off, we are all now officially graduates of the University of Michigan with degrees in communication studies. We all know that stepping on the M in the diag before our first Blue Book exam is a huge no-no. We were all required to take Com 121 and Com 122 with Josh Pasick and know the extreme importance of a SCIAN term. Every Friday morning, we have all woken up to the same Com Studies email from Cheryl with endless opportunities for us to take both at school and elsewhere. By Friday nights, many of us are dancing the night away with friends at Rick's, and most importantly, fall Saturdays are nothing without Michigan football at the Big House. It's hard to believe that many of these associations will no longer apply to our everyday lives after this weekend. Graduation marks the end of 4 wonderful years at the University of Michigan. It also marks the beginning of a new chapter in our lives. Whether your next step is unknown or already been planned, we are all starting with something new. Wherever we are going to have to start over and begin developing new connections. My best advice to all of you is to try to embrace this transition by reflecting, valuing, and utilizing the connections we have made here at U of M. Everyone at U of M shares a love and bond to our school that will stay strong no matter where we end up. Thank you to the Communication Studies Department for 4 years of thought-provoking, challenging, and interesting classes. Thank you to my fellow classmates. We've worked through the major together, from commenting on one another's blog posts, to peer reviewing papers, to navigating SPSS, to countless group projects. Thank you to the Max Exec Board for all of your time spent in North Quad Space 2435, planning and executing events. Thank you to all my friends who have been with me through it all, creating unforgettable memories. Thank you to my family who traveled across the country to be here today. And finally, thank you to my loving, supportive, and incredibly generous parents for providing me with the most amazing college experience. I have made my best friends, taken stimulating classes, eaten countless delicious meals at Zingerman's, and had the time of my life. Mom and Dad, I could have never made it here without you both. I will leave you all with one final remark, a quote from Arthur Ashe. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. When we walk out these doors, we will all be starting a new chapter in our lives. Everyone's journey will be unique. However, one thing we will all have in common is that we have experienced the true Michigan difference. The past 4 years have prepared us all to go into the world with confidence, pride, and intelligence. We are all extremely capable individuals, but just as we have learned throughout our college careers, sometimes we will fail or fall, and that is okay. I hope that we will do our best as we move forward and utilize the connections we have created throughout the past 4 years, for we are each other's most valuable resources. I know that we are all going to do incredible things as alumni, and that we will always share a lifelong connection to Ann Arbor, Michigan. Congratulations, class of 2016, we did it. And forever, go blue. And now I'd like to hand it over to my EVP, Jordan Gavins.
Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. What a great day to be a Wolverine. While writing this speech over the past 4 months, I asked myself, what has shaped my college experience? The answer took some time to find because there isn't one perfect answer that can do justice to the past 4 years. We all knew we couldn't go wrong with attending the University of Michigan. It goes without saying that the endless possibilities of courses, the chance to learn from professors who are leaders in their fields, and the opportunity to grow with some of the brightest young minds in the country enabled us to leave here with quite the education. But I want to take this chance to reflect in a different way, to highlight for everyone that it wasn't solely what many of us learned in lecture that made our college experiences, but the moments that came in between class, the events that we took part in. Professor Sonoven's Global Iconic Events class helped me come to this realization. Her course showed me how the events we participate in provide structure to our lives and can influence the type of individuals we become. As Michigan students, we have all taken part in traditions, coming-of-age moments, and momentous occasions over the past 4 years that have defined our college careers. For many, myself included, football Saturdays were an extremely memorable part of our Michigan experiences. Waking up with our roommates just as the sun was beginning to rise, sporting our maize and blue attire, making breakfast together, and spending the day outside showing our school spirit and taking photos was an occasion many of us looked forward to every fall and counted down the days to every summer. Additionally, we participated in national, larger-scale events during our time here. Within only our first 3 months of college, many of us took part in our first presidential election. Spending time registering, walking over to the USB building, proudly putting on that I voted sticker marked an entrance into adulthood and the feeling of truly becoming citizens. For some, this moment proved that we really weren't children anymore. The next few years of school would bring even more moments of independence, including our first legal drinks. Furthermore, the reason why I'm up here today is to represent, thank, and honor the Michigan Association of Communication Studies. To my fellow graduates, I hope that events put on by myself, Hannah, and our fellow board members made an impact on some of you, perhaps putting you in touch with leaders in our respective industries or providing guidance that made the prospect of entering the real world a little less daunting. Personally, putting on events for this organization over the past 3 years gave me my first sense of belonging in an otherwise huge university. And what about this moment, this event, right here, right now? It is one we will always remember. We are all engulfed by the ritual and traditional elements of graduation. These robes, the tassels, the song that played as we walked in, and the diplomas we are about to receive are symbolic elements of this momentous occasion, an occasion that opens a door to a new chapter in our lives. These handful of events during our time at Michigan, as well as many more, have and will have created a lasting impact on all of us. Game days showed us how to completely love and devote ourselves to a school. Voting was a national symbol of our entrance into adulthood. Attending Max events may have been a first step to entering the real world, and today's commencement ceremony can give us our final closure for a truly unexplainable and unforgettable past 4 years. So why did we take part in such events? In a school of 50,000, we all did it to find a sense of belonging in such a large place. We did it to meet our best friends and create memories with them that could never be repeated. Going to a school like Michigan with a work hard, play hard mentality gave us all the opportunity to immerse ourselves in our textbooks and learn under the leaders and best, yet also explore our campus outside of the classroom and enjoy the company of one another. For this, and on behalf of all my classmates, I want to thank all of our professors for encouraging us to work to our fullest potential, but to also take advantage of every aspect of the University of Michigan. Professor Sonoven playfully once said to me over an email, "Events structure our lives. Provide us with photos we can frame for our offices or use as background images on our computers." We are all leaving Michigan with a collection of photos and holding on to the fondest memories from the events we participated in, events that truly defined our Michigan experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Heather Kadin. Heather graduated from the University of Michigan in 1994 with a BA in Communication Studies, film and video. Early in Heather's professional career, she worked in the feature film industry. In 2000, Heather joined ABC Television as a drama executive. In 2004, she became the Vice President of Drama Development for Warner Brothers. She is currently the president of the television division at Alex Kurtzman and Bob Orsi's production company, K.O. Paper Products. Since joining K.O. Paper Products in 2010, Heather has served as the executive producer for a number of successful television series: Scorpion, Sleepy Hollow. Can we bring back Abby Mills? Is that? Oh, she's dead. Okay, all right. Spoiler alert. Hawaii Five-0, and the new CBS series Limitless. She is also executive producing the new Star Trek series. Please join me in giving a warm Go Blue welcome to Heather Kadin.
I just need to put on my glasses so I can see what I wrote. Thank you, Professor Robin Means Coleman, for inviting me to speak today. I'm thrilled to be here alongside the Department of Communication Studies to congratulate the graduating class of 2016. When I was first asked to be your commencement speaker, my initial reactions were, wow, I'm incredibly honored, and I'm so excited to go back to Ann Arbor. But then quickly shifted to, why would they want me to speak? I wonder how many people they asked before me. And what would I have to offer students graduating from Michigan? So after accepting the invitation, I immediately looked online for the best graduation speeches ever, which was probably a huge mistake. You see, the speeches that tend to come up first on Google are from small, not very notable people like Bill Clinton, President Obama, Conan O'Brien, and Maya Angelou. But then I realized I work with fantastic writers for a living. I'll get one of them to write my speech. But then the thought of going to colleagues with my insecure needs didn't sit so well with me. So, desperate for guidance, I turned to my 6-year-old for help. Jonah, Mommy's going to be giving a speech to kids graduating from college. What do you think is the most important advice I can give them? He thought very seriously for a beat and said, it doesn't matter who you are on the outside, it matters who you are on the inside. Which is fantastic advice to give, and really illustrates in the purest sense how we should all look at the world. It also clearly shows what an amazing job I'm doing as a parent. Then my 9-year-old Sam jumped in. I think the most important thing to tell them is that trying isn't enough. You have to be good. Which may be more proof that I'm doing a great job as a mother, because not only am I raising my children to be thoughtful human beings, I'm also teaching them to be winners. Clearly, they are on the path to being enrolled here at Michigan one day. But seriously, why me? What wisdom can I bestow on you? The good news is that I actually graduated from Michigan. I have been in your exact position, and I know all of the things that are running through your mind right now. How am I going to get a job? Am I really prepared to go out into the world? Will I be able to keep in contact with the friends I made here? And I wonder if Ashley's will stay open extra late tonight. My time at the University of Michigan was a special one. I loved being part of a culture that was so proud to be Wolverines and was blown away my first day on campus, seeing everyone wearing some sort of Michigan gear. When I was at Michigan, we didn't have the level of technology that you all do. There were no cell phones, and crazy, right? And many social gatherings centered around countless nights working at the Angel Hall Computer Lab, since none of us had computers of our own. I froze my ass off watching football games at the Big House. We won the Rose Bowl every year and went to the NCAA finals with the Fab Five. When the sun finally came out in the spring, I relaxed with friends in the Diag and the Arb and celebrated the season opener of Dominic's in March and Hash Bash in April. I'm also not ashamed to say that I had my fair share of Stucci's ice cream, late-night backroom pizza, pictures at Rick's, and after-hours chapati bread delivery. It is also worth pointing out that I met my husband, who's with me, here at Michigan, and we've been married 16 years today. And although he and I may have had Zingerman's delivery for dinner late last night, sharing my wistful Ann Arbor memories is not why I was asked to be here today. So for those of you who don't know what I do, I'm a TV producer. And even though I produce various shows such as Limitless, Scorpion, Sleepy Hollow, and the new upcoming Star Trek series, most people, including my parents, really have no idea exactly what I do. I'm not the writer, I'm not the director, and I'm not the person who puts up the money. But I do work with all of those people to basically will a show into existence. In the simplest terms, I'm a storyteller. And regardless of what form of communication studies you've chosen to pursue, TV, journalism, marketing, online content, these past 4 years have prepared you to be storytellers as well. So before you leave Michigan, I challenge you to ask yourself, what story do you want your life to tell? And perhaps even more importantly, what type of character will you play in that story? For me, the way I've approached my career and my life, ironically, does come down to a combination of what both my children said. I've always been driven, strived to work with the best people, to make shows that I believe audiences want to see and are about something, but never at the expense of being a good and honest person. In business, I put a premium on the writers and creators I'm collaborating with and always protect their creative vision. But in this business, that's not always easy. You need a tough skin, for sure. But one thing I hope you can take away from this speech is that even though there will be compromises along the way, you should never compromise your soul. Because at the end of the day, we are all the heroes of our own story. It just depends what type of hero you want to be. Something that has served me well in my career is to always be a work in progress. No one is perfect, regardless of the success someone has achieved. And actually, the most successful people I encounter are those open to constructive criticism. My advice is like a writer needs to do in response to receiving notes on a script. You as storytellers must be able to take constructive notes about yourself. Really be open to hearing what people are saying and how best to grow from there. When I worked at Warner Brothers, we always told writers, we're going to give you good notes and bad notes, and it's up to you to decide which is which. The best writers and executives don't always agree with every note they're given, but are self-aware to know that if you continually hear a note, there must be something there worth looking at and fixing. There is always a stronger version of the story, your story, and we can always be better versions of ourselves if we're open to that possibility. When I look to hire people, I'm typically most drawn to those that are eager, honest, and who realize we all have a lot to learn. People that aren't afraid to say the words, I don't know. Nothing shows more confidence than the ability to admit there is something you don't know and then work to find the answer. But even after all of your self-improvement and hard work, there will still be real challenges in getting where you want to go. There have to be lows to appreciate the highs. And it's how you handle those more challenging moments that will truly determine what type of character you are within this larger story. I'm proud of the fact that I've been able to maintain a strong internal compass throughout my career, one that has defined me and enabled me to stand out. But there have definitely been setbacks along the way. And that isn't a bad thing. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, right? Such an important quote to remember. What matters is if you are actually able to learn from those instances. That is the sign of true personal success. The most interesting stories are about characters who take a journey of personal growth, who face real obstacles and difficulties along the way, and then come out evolved human beings by the final act. Early in my career, a mentor said to me, it's not a 50-yard dash, it's a marathon. Fantastic advice. A statement I've gone back to time and time again, especially as I saw friends and colleagues get ahead of me in their jobs. But as your contemporaries start to get the executive jobs ahead of you, sell their material before you do, find their husbands and wives before you, whatever the case may be, first doesn't necessarily mean the best. I can name many people who grew impatient with where they were and jumped ship to seem like the easier and faster road, only to end up with nothing a short time after. I urge you to practice patience and not be afraid of the work. Even though our business is one of show, it is work all the same. So this point is worth stating again. If you can learn to practice patience, not be afraid of the work, and remain true to your internal compass, then I believe what you want will come. It's not a 50-yard dash, it's a marathon. Don't be too rigid about the paths and goals you set for yourself. Unlike being a doctor, a lawyer, or a teacher, you don't get a specific degree in our field that then qualifies you for employment, which is both a bit scary and overwhelming. Our business doesn't have one set path to get where you want to go, but that's also what makes it exciting. I always hated in an interview when I was asked, "What do you want to be in 10 years?" My answer was always, "I want to be happy." Truly, I couldn't fathom locking myself into a box career-wise before I even knew what those boxes were. There are so many different career opportunities in this field you have chosen, and new ones are popping up every day. I originally moved to Los Angeles to work in the movie business, and if you would have told my 21-year-old self that I would have a successful career in television, I would have never believed you. Having a plan is great, of course. The last thing I want any of you or your parents to take away from this is that I'm saying, just move to Los Angeles and wing it. But one of the most important lessons I learned is to not be afraid to diverge from the path you start out on and be open to opportunities that seem to come out of left field. Often the unforeseen paths are the most interesting. You never really know where those roads may take you, and the best stories have the most unexpected twists. I do have one last point to bring up, and it's really more of a concern or an observation. As I mentioned earlier, when I was a student here at Michigan, some of my most memorable and meaningful conversations I had with friends were as we walked to class together, through the streets of Ann Arbor, into the Diag, saw other people we knew, and also stopped to talk to those people before we eventually headed off to class. However, what I noticed the last time I was on campus a few years ago, and then again yesterday afternoon, is that although students are still walking to class together with their friends, everyone's on cell phones talking to other people. And honestly, that makes me really sad. I can't help but feel that many of you have missed out on some great moments or chance encounters while texting a different friend or swiping away on Tinder. Now, it is true that I didn't have the opportunity for this type of distraction when I attended school here, since there were no cell phones. And so my relationship to my phone is probably very different than most of yours, but I can pretty much guarantee that I met more interesting people waiting on lines, sitting in the bleachers, or walking through the Diag than most of you could have while texting. So as you go out into the world as graduates of the University of Michigan School of Communications, I urge you to not forget that the key part of that is to communicate, and to communicate in a real and personal way by having dialogues face to face. I implore you to really take that word and the platforms you will most definitely have to express yourself incredibly seriously. The more you understand people and the human condition, the more influence you can truly have to make a difference. You are a part of the most diverse, most progressive generation ever in this country, one that is passionate and committed to social justice. So who is better positioned to lead this new burst of technology than all of you? There are so many causes and so many things we can use this medium to draw light upon. Really believe in what you are doing and what you and your material are saying as professionals in this business. My goal has always been to develop shows that entertain first and foremost, but also really say something about the human condition and the world around us. Whether they're wrapped in the shiny package of geniuses saving the world in Scorpion, subtly woven into the observations of a man out of time in Sleepy Hollow, celebrated in the wish fulfillment of taking the super drug NZT and Limitless, or just as a reminder to all people and all generations about the important theme of Star Trek, to boldly go where no man or woman has gone before. As you embark on this chapter in your life, remember, you have the power to tell the stories you want to tell, stories that mean something. The world is listening. So congratulations to you, the graduating class of 2016. Don't ever hold back, and go blue.
Thank you so much, Heather, for being here today with us. I think I'm going to reflect on what story will my life tell. I think this is a good moment of reflection for all of us, so I appreciate you. Thanks. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is the moment we've been waiting for, the presentation of the class of 2016. Okay, guests, here's how it's going to work. My colleague, Professor Shazia Iftikhar, she will announce the name of each and every student here. They're going to come up, they're going to get their certificate. It's going to be like Oprah, you get a certificate, you get a certificate, you get a certificate. So get your cameras ready, but remember, keep the aisles clear. Here we go.
You guys, so yeah, perfect. Hannah Gail Schiff. Jordan Hannah Gavins. Amy Sarah Diamond. Madeline Rose Kimball. Yasmin Christina Akbari. Daniel Jacob Allweiss. Ariana Elizabeth Asaf. Paige Alyssa Atkinson. Samantha Ray Adderman. Nicole Paige Akselowitz. Lauren Brooke Baggy. Anna Paige Bahorsky. Jessica Paige Baker. Catherine Brooke Barrow. Charlotte Ashley Bell. Erica Bell. Brittany Haley Berg. Jessica Brooke Bowden. Lauren Elizabeth Bohack. Alexa Brooke Borstein. David Dreyfus Bogart. Julie Lauren Brown. Lindsay Catherine Brown. Sydney Morgan Brown. Rachel Louise Brumley. Paulina Andrea Carvajal. Jamie Lynn Chadroff. Wanlin Shirley Chan. Kelsey Anna Chapekis. Stacy Yitian Chen. Doris Cheng. Stephanie Nan Choi. Catherine Elizabeth Colasanti. Carly Ann Colonese. Catherine Taylor Colosima. Allison Marie Cope. Milan Simone Crawford. Alexander Michael Dar. Nicholas Frederick D'Alessandro. Delaney Brianne Danka. Jackson Burns Deloria. Laura Nicole Deutschman. Victoria Grace Day. Rachel Drobner. Gabriela Carissa Edwards. Joshua George Ehrlich. Jennifer Lee Erickson. Taylor Ashley Fago. Catalina Silerio Farone. Amina Lee Fishburne. Alexandra Elizabeth Fotis. Erica Rosalind Fox. Claudia Patricia Fuentes. Jacqueline Joyce Gable. Olivia Paris Garcia. Rebecca Ann Gelfand. Brigitte Caitlin Gilbert. Fationa Joka. Juliet Amanda Gottschall. Rebecca Marie Godwin. Corey Jean Goldberg. Brittany Lee Goldstein. Hannah Nicole Gordon. Robin Green. Rachel Colette Haas. Rachel Haber. Carolyn Lee Hartman. Jennifer Christine Henry. Claire Ida Hillman. Ashley Lauren Hinojosa. Michelle Rebecca Hoffner. Alex David Eisen. Danielle Ray Johnson. Amanda Lee Kaplan. Zachary Aaron Carmen. Thank you. Simon Joseph Kaufman. Ashna Khanna. Abigail Carol Kinzer. Jess Knight. Sarah Jane Knowlton. Stephanie Eleni Corona. Christina Nicole Kovalenko. Thomas Carl Kramer. Tatiana Cleo Croja. Chelsea Lynn Kabashek. Leah Louise Langens. Jenny Lee. Amy Annette Lipka. Julia Liss. Carly Beth Littman. Samuel Austin Lynn. Kristen B. B. McGee. Kristen McGee. Jordan Gabriel Magenta. Elise Marie Maniaki. Mary Kate Kildy Marchese. I know you. Elena Jane Marengi. Carly Robin Margolin. I know you. Taryn Mark. Erica Jan Marsh. Anna Mayerson.
Morgan McCarthy.
Morgan McCarthy. Carly Claire Malose. Sophia Alessandra Mendel. Stone Colt Monarch. Kristen Savannah Musson. Anisha Roshni Nandi. Jill Ellen Noe. Madison Kaylee Knoll. Allison Paige Nolte. Emily Rose Ontko. Alan, oh wait, yes you did. Alan Ira Osinoff. Kelly Christine Owens. Yunjung Park. Hallie Diana Parker. Carlina Maria Paul Baird. Presley Nicole Pender. Amy Louise Pepe. JJ Storm Politis. Haley Sarah Pokes. Sarah Danielle Ponsek. Avery Hope Popovsky. Allison Catherine Rake. Danielle Marissa Richards. Brendan Ryan Reefberg. Courtney Ring. Emily Josephine Rosine. Jason Brett Rubenstein. Kyle Robert Saukus. Emily Margaret Schleicher. Melissa Shoki. Sarah Devora Schumann. Sarah Levon Scott. Jenna Marie Segesser. Emily Ann Sena. Mara Christine Selesky. Gabriella Kayla Sarur. Caroline Fanyan Shao. Emma Elise Shapiro. Mariam Shafkat Sheikh. Leah Rachel Shepard. Thank you. Amy Southers. Lauren Spiel. Sarah Marie Stappert. Roni Erica Stein. Michelle Elizabeth Steckley. Jordan Brianna Swope. Alexandra Mary Tharp. Annalyn Thompson. Emily Kate Tiffin. Megan Lisa Timko. Emma Mackenzie Tompkins. Ariel Caitlin Turjansky. Rachel Elizabeth Tyson. Nicole Vellner. Elizabeth Marie Vanna. Cheryl Joy Pasco Victuel. Alexandra Vadeev. Megan Marie Vicelli. Amanda Nicole Vida. Wang Zhu. Kaylin Lena Wang. Elizabeth Suzanne Whitty. Connor Allen Wilkinson. Mark Yang. Jordan Marie Yob. Sarah Emily Zaccardo. Sydney Lorraine Zelnak. Shirley Zoe. Oh, sorry. Sorry, hang on. Shirley Zoe. Mavie Kathleen Zolskowski. Samantha Linswick.
We can even go one better. Faculty, guests, parents, please stand and welcome the class of 2016. Thank you all for attending the 2016 commencement. If you can just hold in place, the faculty and your graduates are going to recess. Please join us for refreshments. We have refreshments in the mezzanine as well as in the lobby. And always Wolverines. Can we get it this time? Give us some Go Blue love.